everyone. All right, welcome to Google Educator Group's Asia
All
Pacific.
right, everyone. All right.
Oh, we have another thing on here.
Asia Pacific. All right, everyone. All right.
Hold on, let's get this fixed in a minute here.
On here. Okay, that was me.
That was you. What, you had a second, like you got your phone on kind of thing, but not muted?
I had it muted, but it was on another screen, and it's
all right. There we go. No problem. All right, everybody. Hey, we're at GEG APAC weekend, and this is day number 2. This is our day 3 is kind of busy, but day 2, this is always our busiest day, the Saturday. So thanks for joining us. You have we've got sessions in multiple languages from all over the Asia Pacific region, and some presenters actually we've got them giving sessions from different parts of the world outside of Asia, which is totally cool, right? But here in this session, you're going to be seeing Steve McGuire, a leader for GEG Nagoya. He is a Google for Education certified innovator as well, and he's going to be sharing with you how his college campuses were connected by using Google Sites, right? So I don't want to talk too much. We're going to leave that to Steve. I'm going to hand it over. I'm going to blend into the background here and mute my my microphone and my video, but I'll touch base with you a little bit later, assuming that my session schedule doesn't come up too quickly. So Steve, I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend.
Thank you very much, Nate. Yeah, I was afraid I was going to be flying solo, but Nate kind of soared in from Canada there, and he's covering me in the background, so I really appreciate it. I'm going to just share my screen right away because I have all my memories stored on my Google Slides. Let's see. All right. So this is the title of the presentation is Google Sheets using the, oops. Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's interesting. There we are. That's the one I wanted to use. Just a moment, please. Just a second. I'm going to remove, and I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share tab. There we go. There we go. That's the one I wanted. You're seeing how Google Sites and COVID connected 2 campuses at junior colleges, I hope. And let me see if I can turn.
Yeah, you're good to go, Steve. We're seeing you. I'm going to take, yep.
Yep. It's a fun thing. You never know what's going to show up. I have no idea where that came from. So it's how Google Sites and COVID connected 2 campuses at a junior college. And Nate has already introduced me, but my name is Steve McGuire. And this is an overview of the presentation. I was going to do an introduction to GEG APAC and local GEGs. We'll go through that really quick. Now do an introduction to me, my context, my Tokyo Innovator, my Tokyo 2019 Innovator project, which was kind of the inspiration for this project. And both ways, the situation at my university was the inspiration for the project. That goes both ways. And then came COVID, is about what happened in the middle of my innovator project, the best laid plans. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the class that I'm using, doing this project in. Then the main event, which is a brief intro to Google Sites. Nate is the Google Sites guru, and I'm the acolyte, but I'll do my best. But the main thing is I just want to show it's very easy. And I'm just going to show you the basics. Someone like Nate can show you the nuts and bolts, but I'm just showing you the basics because that's what I showed my students. And they ran with what I showed them, and they taught me, which is the best part. Then I'll show you some of the sites that they created. And I had some other samples in mind to show you. We may not get that far, and then I'll open it up to final thoughts. The way it's working on my screen, I cannot see the questions and answers, so I will have to come back at the end and go through the comments and questions. If I can get this to work, though, maybe I can. Just a second, please. Maybe not. Are you still seeing my screen there, Nate?
Can't see your screen. We lost you. So yeah, maybe I'll just keep an eye on what's going on here. I usually use my phone to check out the questions. I mute my phone and then I get the video. And you're on the old one as well. So yep, there you go.
There we are.
You're good to go.
All right. So now we're working the way I wanted it to. Yeah, and now I can see the presentations too, but I cannot see. Just a moment, please. There we go. All right. All right. So I was going to talk about APAC and the local GGs, just that I think Nate was planning on it. They have two big major events every year. This is one, and they occur in a variety of languages all over Asia. We have some from Asia doing presentations in English, not so many people, English speakers, doing presentations in other languages, although Nate, I'm sure, has done Japanese. And we also have some monthly sessions. So please keep an eye out. If you got this far, then you know where to look for the other sessions. The monthly sessions are smaller and on smaller topics. And also a recommendation to find your local Google Education group. In Japan, there's one in every prefecture, and they're all around the world, almost every prefecture, and they're all around the world. About me, it's relevant. I'm a teacher at Nagoya University of the Arts. I've been there since 1994. Google Educator levels 1 and 2, Google Innovator, which is related to the project, and the group leader. And Adobe Creative Educator, which kind of fills in later because that's where I'd like to go in the future with this project. Like Nate said, I'm at Nagoya University of the Arts. We have 2 campuses on either side of a train station. They're about 1.5 miles apart. And they're connected only by a campus bus. At least they were until COVID came along and they discontinued it. So now they're kind of connected with Google, actually. We have a first-year class called Becoming a Nagoya University of Arts Student. It's a lot shorter in Japanese, but the goal is to build academic writing skills and build connections among the students and build connections between the 2 campuses. So that seemed like a natural way to use Google to connect the 2. Also, the rector of the university wants to build a sense of community, and he wants to build more students attending more campuses on both sides. So anything that leads to a connection between students is a plus on that score. So my goal originally for the Innovator project was to get Nagoya University of Arts, NUA, on Google Classroom. I wanted to create materials in the class that I mentioned that were so interesting and so easy to use that the teachers would want to use them. And then once that was done, I had hopes of spreading it out. Other teachers saying, oh, what is he doing? Oh, let's try that. That looks easy. And I wanted to get the rest of Nagoya University of Arts online. Well, then came COVID, and Nagoya University of Arts went for Google Classroom and Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Apps. Maybe it was a hint. I got a brochure from up in Tokyo, and it was after that they joined. So that little piece might have helped a little. Serendipitous success, not excess, success. I wasn't part of the Google training, and I was scheduled off of the class that I intended to use for the all-campus class. So, but the courses went online, and in the class Becoming a Google Gaidai, Nagoya University of Arts student, they used movies instead of the campus tours. Originally, the students went to using the campus bus between the campuses, and they gave personal tours to students from the other campus. And because they can't meet social distancing, they were using movies, and they were good, and they're still using them now. This year, I'm back teaching the class, and that got me thinking about it. And I was going to follow the herd and do the movies, but I thought I would do Google Sites. So the basics, the framework for the class is I use Google Forms. I'm also teaching a communication English class, which is also first year entire class. And I'm in charge of the foreign teachers teaching that class. So I was able to share Google Forms across all the classes and give both campuses a survey. What would you like to know about the other campus? And then this is in Japanese, and then I shared the results with the students so they kind of knew what the other campus would be interested in. They worked in groups of 4 or 5, and I created a Google form. This is not Google Sites yet, but I wanted you to understand kind of what the project was. I used a Google form to let students upload pictures from around campus. So all the students in all the groups had access to all the pictures. That's kind of inspiration for the groups if they saw a picture that they wanted to use, or they saw an idea they wanted to use. That was very easy, an easy way to share. We only had a couple sessions over the semester in the computer lab. And Google Sites does run on phones, but not as well on not perfectly always. It's wonky for me anyway. Sometimes they do have access to a computer lab, and many of the students do have computers, but it's not one to one. And so we work together in the classroom, 4 or 5 people around a computer, and usually one person was in charge of the sites, and the other people contributed, and then they came through and they did their work separately. It worked pretty well, better than I had planned. So that's always nice. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Google Sites, and as usual, this will be kind of a whirlwind. These kind of presentations are kind of fast sometimes. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. But for me, that's fine. And again, I'm keeping it simple, but I like to see what's possible. And for me, once I know that something can be done, then I can look up how to do it, right? And also, again, we didn't get into really tricky things, although some of the students snuck off into the fringes and figured out how to use links and other things that I thought that I was very impressed with. And also Google Sites training from Google is also very good. They have a website that you can access. So that's always a way to find out about the nuts and bolts. Whoops. And so I'm going to skip to the Google Sites. We'll see how this works for us. I'm going to disconnect the stream. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Oops. Stop screen. I'm going to share. I want to share a tab. There we go. And I want to share the entire screen this time.
You're good. We're waiting. You do that, and I'll just comment that obviously you're very planned, right? You knew both campuses, and you were trying to connect them, based on your understanding of both the needs of both groups, which is cool, right?
Yeah, Nate, I'm trying to share the entire screen, but it's not jumping up. You're not seeing anything there yet, are you?
Not just yet. Nope. So when you click share, and you want the whole window, or
yeah, I want to show it the Google Sites page. Well, here, let me make a tab. Just a moment, please.
Yeah, go with the tab, I'd say.
What do you drive this thing? He says. Okay, I'm going to try and share.
Oh, good.
Share a screen, share a Chrome tab, and there we are.
I'll just see here. Look pretty.
There we are. There's the sites. And so I'm going to create a new page. The website is googlesites.google.com. You can enter that into the screen at the top.
Have you shown us your actual site that you used, or
which site?
The site that you're talking about, like a sample?
Yeah, I was going to show how to do the sites, and then show what the students did.
Why don't you show a quick sample and then jump in? I always like to see how does it look, and then and then go through the how to, because I'm just instantly curious.
Okay, well, this is a Google Sites page. This is a page that the students did. Let's see if this works for me.
Oh, I like how they I see the images below there too. That's a template. It's drag and drop.
So and actually, this may be better. I mean, I originally showed them the basic frame with 4 spaces. There are 4 students generally in a group, and I set up hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades across the bottom, and said, each of you gets one of these. But they all went different directions. Some had everything. This group obviously has all the pages. I did show them that they could do menus on the side. You could put the menus here up on the top, over on the side. Mm-hmm. Most students didn't do that, but these letters here are each of the buildings on campus. That was kind of a standard approach.
Can you show us the preview? See how it looks there?
What do you mean by a preview?
The preview just at the top where it's got the computer icon and with the phone icon with it. We tap on that, we can see kind of how it looks just at the top next to the forward arrow.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
At the very...
You can see the screen. You can
see we can see your screen. Yeah, I'm saying like at the top of the sites page there. You know how you've got your 2 arrows and the link icon, the share icon. I'm not sure what you can see on your screen right now, but
I can't see it on my screen. No, but I can see I can show you the menu. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, we can see the menu on the right side at the top. Where it's got the publish button.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you just
there we
over
go.
to the no, not that actually, where it says the publish button, and if you go over to where it's got the little computer screen icon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe it's something that you can't see on your screen. Never mind. Go for
Okay, it
it.
would be better probably, but this is what I got.
All
So,
good.
okay,
All good.
yep. So how do you go about creating a new Google site? You can type in sites.google.com into the URL spot, or you can use, I had this all written out. What do they call this? The waffle, the 9 dots on the upper right side. They always say that's your friend. Very often the link to sites is in that, right? Yeah, there it is. There's a Google Sites here. Yeah, and so let's just create a new page. I'm going to create a new blank page, not quite a tabula rosa, because you get a lot put out for you there, right? You have the title for your page, the title for the site itself. I haven't typed anything in there. Let's say GG APAC. Oops. Wire. All the things that you wanted to use are available that you used to are available at the top, and everything you need is here on the right hand side. If you want to insert text, if you want to insert images, that's very easy. Let me show you how that goes. Here is some text. Here's what I did with the students though. I just clicked from the content blocks. So a lot is offered to you very easily set it up. And so each of the student had one of these to play with. Some of them went ahead and created links to this. Some of them just did images, but you can easily upload from your computer. You can select an image. You can upload from Drive or YouTube, videos even, calendar, map. You can upload images here, anywhere on the page. Embed I haven't used, but you can also put in a Google Sheet. So even as a Google Sheet and gets updated on the Google Sites page. So insert is very easy. There are a lot of other things that I didn't have them play with, but you can create a table of contents. Image carousel would be fun to play with. That lets you have a carousel that shows the images that you can spin around. Okay, everything that you want to upload is here. Got docs, slides, sheets, forms, charts. If you're used to Google applications at all, these will be familiar. Pages, oops, let me make sure I'm doing that right. Yes. Again, you can insert from your computer, from any drive, pretty much anything. You can insert images. Let's see if I can insert. I lost my place here. Let's go back. If I want to select an image, I can select from Drive, or I can do a Google image search. So let's say Nagoya. Okay. And let's say Inuyama Castle. Oops, I didn't spell it right, but it still did it okay. Oh, that's not Inuyama Castle, I don't think. Let's do that one. Easy peasy. The other thing that you can do very easily is, it's not showing me what I want here. Best laid plans. You can also select themes if you want to change the way it looks for you. It's very easy, very basic. If you know the deeper level stuff, then you can add it in easily. I want to show the pages. The default screen is the home screen. But like I said, I showed them that what the students, as you saw earlier, they had the Z building, they had the X building, or the library. And each of these is a linkable page. So you can link from the home page to any one of these pages. You can see here on the right-hand side, you can copy, you can hide, you can show. I haven't played with the properties very much. You can make copies if you want to make one page that's the same, except that you want to change one or two different things. The last thing is when you publish, you can give it a name. I'm going to call this GG APAC McGuire. and that you can share. Unfortunately, our university, as many are in Japan, is a walled fortress. So I can't share files outside for anyone to look at. So I wanted to just show you kind of what the students did. And you can see better than my telling you the kinds of things you can do, because they really ran with it. So are you seeing the Nate, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I can see
Can you?
everything you're doing. You're good. That's so own tet.
Okay. So this is the one of the groups. So this is they pretty much put everything on one page. Actually, I did a video earlier that because I didn't think I would be able to access, but I'm just going to go through quick and just show you what it looks like. They went out. Some of these they just took pictures from the web page, GateI web page, but a lot of them went out and took their own pictures.
Actually, we can't. We can see the site that you were just working
Oh,
on.
okay.
You got to change your tab, I think. Right.
Okay.
You know, the blue button at the top. It says "Show this tab" or something like that.
Yeah. This says stop sharing that. Actually, just a moment, please. Let's see. I'm going to start over because
Yeah, it's all good.
let's see, and share. It's not showing what I want to share there.
Yeah, just
Nate?
take your time. It'll pop up.
Oh, okay. There it is. Share screen. I'm going to share a tab. Except there are a bunch of tabs, so I'm just going to change.
Yeah,
share.
it's when you share a tab, right? Like you know, at the top you've got to tap on the little blue thing. It says "Share this tab" or "Show this
Okay.
tab," something like that. So I usually just go with my window.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'd share my window, nice and quick.
okay. All right, I'm going to have to go back again one more time.
Right.
This is the wonders
worries.
of. This is the wonders of. Oops, am I still online? Can you still see me?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good to go. I'm taking myself out here, but so people focus on you. Oh, but you just stopped sharing your
I know.
screen there.
I know. Yep. It's a. I'm going to share the screen, right?
The screen.
The screen. There we go. Chromosome expression captures fix it. Well, it says it can't access that. So I'm just going to show a couple tabs. Let's see, share screen. I'll go back to the tab, and here's group one again. I'll just share this, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
So this is the. They had one little window for each, and they had a link. That impressed me. I showed them once how to have the link between the groups. Each of the pages on the Google site has a link you can jump to, and that link you can put anywhere on Google Sites. So I don't know if the individual aspects are that interesting, but just that the group name, the various group. It's interesting to me, the various places, the various art places. I learned a lot from them about what we could do on our campus. And let's see, the screen here is not so clear for me either. So here's the K building, all the various places on campus. The fun thing was, I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but some of the groups are very industrious. All of the students wanted to know about the cafeteria. So Japanese are foodies. And two of the students walked from between the campuses to the other one to take a picture of the menu on that day. They walked through the rain. And so that's a very common feature on these. Okay. So the let's see, let me go back. This is not show. Is this showing a different screen for you now?
We're looking at one of your student samples. It's a different screen. Like we've got.
Is it group 2? Do you see group 2 now?
Yeah, it's got Sakuhin Seisakujo.
Does it say group member at the top?
It's got.
Okay, so that's why I had my screen going, but I'm going to show you one more just to show a group 4.
Yep,
I think.
Go for it.
And let's see. And StreamYard, and we will share screen, Chrome tab. Let's see. Let's see. You should learn how to drive before you get behind the wheel. But it's always a little wonky. 3, 4. I just want to show. It doesn't matter. Let me just show any random one. There we go. And one more time, let me share. The main thing is the students ran with it. We only had a couple sessions together in the classroom, and let's look at group 5. There we go. And so just all the different ways that they can go about. This one kept it very simple. Everything's on one page. Yeah. So let me go back and second, please. There we go. We stop sharing. So that's kind of a quick view. I wish that I could share all the links with you from the that the students did. I created a video too, but it wouldn't let me share it between our walled city. I use Screencast, which is really great. They have a Screencast from Google now that lets you easily record, but those have the same limitations on sharing. So, and that surprised me. So, yeah. If I don't know how many people we have here today, but that was kind of, I was hoping if there would be some questions. The main thing is where I want to go from here is, like I said, Adobe Express is another easy software that students can use to create slides that use music and their own voice and video. And Nate has done presentations on those as well. But
actually, stick around for a couple hours, folks. I'm doing Adobe Creative Cloud Express from 9 p.m. Japan time, 9 a.m. in Canada, where I'm at right now. So
yeah, so maybe I'll pop in later too. Well, to see, yeah. So it's very easy to use, and that works more easily on cell phones actually than Adobe, Google Sites does. And so just because I looked at the other students, they were doing videos and they showed a lot of creativity, and I think the combination would be very interesting next semester. I've had students do posters, and I've had them do Adobe Express for on particular topics. And so this would be a great way. And because it's, if I could get it all campus is what I would really like to do. If I can get the other teachers to see that this is an interesting way to do it, then maybe it would be a way to get other teachers to buy into Google Classroom.
absolutely. Yeah, I think Google Sites, Google Classroom, I mean, there's just so much to offer. And a lot of this, I mean, not only is it user friendly, but the stuff is integrated, right?
Yes.
That's one of the glorious things. So
anything on your Google Drive, anything on your drive on your computer, it's very easy to load stuff in and just share it.
Yeah, and easy for students too. That's a great thing, right?
Yeah, and I teach art students, design students, music students, liberal arts students, and the design students go on to use more complicated Adobe software and other software. But I think a basic toolbox of a lot of these apps is really useful from my perspective, and I'm trying to spread the word a little bit. So, okay. So if anyone has any questions, pop them. Oh, friends, any questions? Pop them in.
Not seeing any questions in the chat, no. But
but you can always contact me at SPMCG77, and I'd be happy to chat with you. Okay, I guess that was it.
Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate you sharing your experience. I mean, that is, like a cool Google tool, Google Sites in action, right? And the big thing is, you used it to solve problems, right? Which is cool. So thank you for that. And as you can see with our names there, Steve and I are both with GEG Nagoya. So check our website out. Maybe we'll throw that in the banner right there. It's a cool little Google site. But we're actually here for GEG Asia Pacific Connect, which we're linked to as well. So if you go to Google search and type in GEG space APAC, you can find all the cool stuff in multiple languages happening monthly around the region. But yeah, you can find us in Japan at GEG APAC. We operate in English and in Japanese. Kunie and Takuo cannot be here today, but hey, that's okay. We'll see you in the future. So thanks again for your presentation, Steve. And we'll talk to you later, folks. We're going to end the broadcast now. Thanks for joining, and check out the other sessions for GEG APAC weekend.
Thanks. See you all soon.